What's up, YouTube? We're back in it for another one. You know what it is. And oh my goodness, that trade. That trade. I know I don't normally talk about sports on this channel, but that trade, dude. Yo, if anybody tries to tell me that they saw that trade coming, you're full of shit. Nobody saw this trade happening. Luka, what is he, like 25 years old? I thought he was going to be in Dallas probably for his whole career, man. Over there with Kyrie. You know, and they went far last year. Like, they had a team, man. Luka's the type of dude that you build around. I mean, AD is dominant, no doubt. But AD is in his 30s now. I think he's like 31. Wow, man. I never, that just came out of left field, man. I didn't see that shit happening. And it's crazy, man. The world of sports. I love it. But anyways, enough of this basketball. Let's get into this Call of Duty shit. Check this post out from Sir Charles Shillintel for the week ending January 25th, January 18th to 25. Call of Duty fell to number 2 on PS5s and stayed at number 1 on Xbox in terms of active players in the US. Xbox, it's on Game Pass, so I mean, shit, where would it be if it wasn't on Game Pass? But it fell to 2 on PlayStation. Call of Duty fell to number 12 on Steam. And I find that hilarious, man. I've said this in many videos. You got all the knob gobblers, right? The nerds out here, the virgins that like making excuses for multi-billion-dollar companies because you said B words about your car, dude. I hate you because you said B words. All these weirdo, freak, virgin nerds. They always like to dispute it when you point it out, but it came from Kodak's mouth himself. Kodak, when he was on his way out the door, he confirmed only outside of mobile, PC has the biggest player base. Number 12 on Steam, and we've seen the amount of players that Steam has been dropping. But then we also seen, because there's so many whales in the Call of Duty space, there's so many nerds out here. We've already seen that the Black Cell, a premium battle pass that you can only buy with cash that costs almost half the price of what you paid for the full game, was number 2 on Steam for Steam's top 100 sellers the day after Season 2 dropped. A season where the servers have never been this bad, the cheating has never been this bad, the spawns have never been fixed, all these little bugs and glitches and everything, nothing has really been touched. The game has been struggling, it's been bleeding out for months. Nothing's getting done. Still, they drop a new season. Not really much fresh content there, and the fresh content we got is kind of ass in my opinion. I ain't feeling these new maps. We gotta wait for Grind to come out, a 13-year-old Call of Duty DLC map from Black Ops 2 to try to save it a little bit. A season with all this nonsense. Still, number 2 on Steam, a seasonal premium Black Cell battle pass that you can only pay with cash. Number 2. But it might be getting even worse for PC. Check this out. Bob Network UK, if you guys don't know who this is, very credible leaker. He is more of a simp, though. I've seen him with a lot of fanboy bullshit. He actually takes offense when people criticize Call of Duty. I've seen that with my own eyes as well, too. You can't really take his opinion seriously, but when it comes to leaks, stuff like this, yeah, you can. He's pretty reliable. You can pretty much take that stuff to the bank. But check this out. If what I'm hearing is true, PC COD might unironically be dead forever. Could be the time to switch to console. Now, what is he talking about? He doesn't. I went through the replies, seeing if he adds on this. He doesn't say anything more than this. He just kind of leaves it here, very vague. I'm not sure. You know, maybe they're just not going to make Call of Duty going forward on PC, but I find that hard to believe with the amount of players they have on. See, the nerds, the fanboys, they will use the PC as the biggest player base outside of mobile. They'll use that to their advantage to help this argument in any way, shape, or form. But when it comes to talk about the game actually dying, even though they're using the COD HQ to inflate their numbers as well, too, nobody talks about that shit. We're not just talking about Black Ops 6 here. We're talking about a gang of modes and games in that one COD HQ to keep that number 1 spot with Game Pass on Xbox. that number 2 spot on PlayStation, number 12 on Steam. They always ignore logic and focus on bullshit to help their argument to defend the multi-billion-dollar company, but I can't see them giving up on PC. There's too much money there at the end of the day. What this could mean, though, this could mean that everybody, you guys remember my first video finding out about, my first commentary when we found out about cross-console crossplay coming to ranked. I said, like, straight up in the video, I'm like, dude, we need this for the rest of the game. Not just ranked, we need this in pubs. And a lot of people have been saying that since. There's no reason to only have this option in ranked. Doesn't make any sense. Most of your players are in pubs, dude. That's where we need the protection. We need to get away from these cheating bitches. Not saying there's no cheaters on console. There's definitely cheaters on console, but there's more of them. It's way easier to cheat. You have way more cheats available to you on PC. We got to get away from these nerds, all right? We only have a band-aid right now. We don't have a fix because they clearly can't. The cheaters are better than they are. The cheaters are smarter than they are. They can't do shit with their anti-cheat. Their anti-cheat is garbage. Every time they update it, literally takes them an hour. It takes these cheaters an hour to find a workaround. They're back in the game. They're cheating their ass off, ruining everybody. Everybody who's playing legit, ruining their fun on the game. They don't care. These cheating nerds, they don't care, man. They get their rocks off doing this shit. They suck at the video game. They don't want to improve. They don't want to get better. They don't want to deal with the matchmaking because, let's be real, there's no incentive to improve with this matchmaking. None at all. So you really can't blame them for that aspect of it. But they don't care about any of that shit, man. They just, a lot of these nerds, they're trolls and shit. They just want to ruin your fun. So they're just going to keep cheating. And Activision can't do shit about it. Activision can. They just won't. They could put up the money. They could get the right people and get the job done. You're never going to eliminate cheating 100%. But, dude, it's just way too out of control in Call of Duty. And clearly Activision don't care to make any significant changes and do the right thing to get the job done. So maybe what Bob is getting at is finally, Activision is going to finally give us an option in pubs to turn on console only crossplay. And you know what this means. Everybody on most people on console, you already know they're going to turn that bitch on. Because when they turn off crossplay now, it takes too long to find matches, especially with this crusty matchmaking. Most people on console are going to turn that joint on so they can find lobbies quicker, get away from the PC players. A lot of PC players are going to dip, even though they get way more benefits on PC. I can still get the 120 frames per second on console. I can still do this. I can still do that. They're just going to move it over to console with that console-only crossplay and get away from these cheating PC bitches, which is going to leave a lot of legitimate PC players who have no interest in playing on console. It's going to leave you guys in a very small pool of legit players and a bunch of cheating, hacking nerds, virgins. And they're just going to be cheating on you all day, every day, and you're barely going to be able to get like one solid, legitimate game in. It's going to be next to impossible to do that. So maybe this is what Bob is getting at. And let's be real, Activision don't care. If anything, Activision has proved over the years they could not care less about its loyals. They only care about the new money, the whales, the ones that love having strict skill-based matchmaking in pubs with the EOMM, so they're protected because they know they're trash at the video game. They feel somehow they should have their hand held and be protected in a goddamn pub, when really, if they love skill-based matchmaking, they could just go play ranked and give us all the best connection over there in pubs. I mean, that makes sense for everybody, but not to these whales, though. They love that matchmaking. They need that protection at all times. And in return for that protection, they reward Activision by buying even more bundles for $30 a pop to dress up like a female with cat ears in a game that they already paid full price for. They're going to continue to do this shit. They love this shit. Activision don't care about you clean PC players that don't buy many bundles. You barely buy any battle passes. You just buy the game, you don't cheat, and you just play the game. They don't care about you. They care about the nerds. The yellow HBK, Zero Fusions, all these weirdo freaks that we see out here online attacking people because they criticize the Call of Duty. They only care about them. There's enough of them still to keep Activision rich. Activision knows this. So even though they're not doing what they should be doing, what they should be doing is buffing their goddamn anti-cheat, because it's unacceptable, especially for a AAA game, a game that makes as much money as Call of Duty does every single year. Unacceptable is an understatement. No, they might just go ahead and do this. All right, easy fix, easy band-aid, cross-console play for pubs, and we're just going to keep it that way. And we ain't going to do shit with our anti-cheat, just the cross-console play. Everybody can stop complaining about cheaters. You just go run it over to console. But we're going to finish this video up with a funny post I saw last night from Sir Charles Shillintel. This goes back to that hacker clip that we've seen everywhere, passed around more than a hooker on Bay Street. The hacker kicking everybody from the game. And apparently Activision specifically reached out to Charles Shillintel about this. Activision tells us that this hack is from the Black Ops 6 beta and has since been fixed. The recent video showing a cheat-based kick is from the Black Ops 6 multiplayer beta and was addressed prior to the November BO6 launch. The team is always investigating claims of cheat-based kicks. I call bullshit. But this video does not represent the current live game. I also call bullshit on that. I call all kinds of cap and bullshit. Activision is out here lying. These cheaters can definitely still do this in the game. This specific clip could be from the beta, but cheaters still have the power to do this shit because their anti-cheat absolutely sucks, bro. But I find it so funny that Activision will address this. Erroneous visual blood spatters and effects and all this shit. They will address only specific things. How many other things have we been complaining about has been brought to light? They don't say shit because this company is fake and phony and full of shit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you on the next one.